when I say out here feels absolutely amazing, oh my goodness, I'm so happy. I came out on day 4. Come on, Danielle. Day 4, okay? Day 4 on Come Walk With Me. And I needed this walk so bad. I really needed this walk. Because, I don't want to say suffer, but I deal with overthinking. Oh my gosh, do I deal with overthinking, obsessive thoughts? Like, it's bad. It's bad. Even with, I'll say, about 5 years of actively being on this healing journey, my obsessive thoughts are still not where I would like them to be. But they have gotten a lot better. Whew, man, and so when dealing with obsessive thoughts for me, and what I do is I know that when that's happening, I'm uncomfortable. I understand that whenever I'm in obsessive thinking, that means that there's a loop going on in my mind over and over and over again of whatever the circumstance is, and that used to keep me so trapped. It was almost like a cage. And I had to learn and I had to practice on how to stop that, how to shift out of that. So there's a few things that I do. Now, they work, right? But, with dealing with healing and stuff, like, especially, mentally, you have to practice. I had to practice. I have to continuously do these things. It's not a one-off, and so the first thing that I do off the back, I take a breath. Taking a breath is the most powerful thing that I never understood before. People used to say to me, okay, we're going to breathe, if you're doing some kind of meditation or some kind of class. And I never could get with that. I never could get with that. However, when I finally sat down and, forced myself really to try a new thing, man, it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I learned also about the power of breath through a Iyanla Vanzant. Oh my goodness, like that woman, that's another story for another day. However, the power of the breath, because I realized for myself, when I'm in that anxiety, I'm in that overthinking, I'm in that loop, I'm not breathing. I'm definitely not relaxed. So the first thing, taking the breath, that cuts. Because that's really the objective of basically to stop overthinking is to stop. Like literally, it sounds so simple, but stop. You know, so taking a breath also, it calms down my nervous system. Because when I'm, even in obsessive thinking, like I said before, I'm not in a calm state. I'm not in a relaxed state. I'm constantly having a story, a conversation, anything on a loop. And that's just not good for me, right? So breathing definitely helps me. The second thing I do, which I do a lot, I ask myself a lot of questions. It may sound crazy, but that's the only way I know how to tap into myself and know what the heck is going on. So through overthinking and obsessive thinking, I know now to ask myself two questions. First question, what is it that you need in this moment? Like, what's going on, girl? Like I've gotten to that place. So I've gotten to the place where I can stop it, stop the obsessive thoughts, and then going right into the question after I calm myself down, right? And then the second question I ask myself is, what are you afraid of right now? Like, oh, what are you resisting? You know, what's the resistance? Why the replay? Why the tape? You know, so why is it continuously going? Like, what is it that you need to resolve? So those are some questions that I honestly ask myself and honestly answer, because I already have evidence that to continue to obsessively think is not going to change or help or aid anything. It's just going to keep me locked, like stuck, and just not progress forward, you know? So that's the second thing that I do. The third thing I do, which I feel like is such a gold gem, and one of my uncles taught me this phrase, and it literally changed my life. Anytime I'm in an obsessive thought, especially if it's involving something with pain or trauma, whether it was done to me or if I did it to someone, I immediately say this mantra: I forgive myself, I forgive others. And if it doesn't work the first time, I repeat it. I forgive myself, I forgive others. Man, oh man, did that phrase help me? It kind of like was the icing on like the extra oomph I needed to shut down the obsessive thinking. It's almost like it whatever those thoughts were before, they're not important at this moment. They're not affecting me emotionally at this moment, because I just did something that told my nervous system, you need to let that go. So those are the three things that I do. Now, for me, I know why the past 24 hours I've been over obsessing, because I've opened up my life, starting this new, venture. And so that's scary. That's not my comfort zone. I'm to myself. You know, I don't really do exposing, myself out there to the public like that, right? However, I know that some things that I've gone through have factually, helped me, man. Like really and truly, really helped me. Helped me see a light that was at the end of the tunnel. And, to share victories like that, it's encouraging, and in my lifetime, I've been, man, so honored to hear a lot of different stories of a lot of different individuals, and their stories stick with me and has helped me through. So, my motto is always, even with this, take it or leave it, take what you need. And if you don't need something, you just put it on the shelf for maybe later. But, yeah, man. So, wow. Yeah. Obsessive thinking. So those are the three things that I do. About yesterday. So yesterday, man, that walk yesterday really did help me, because what I did was I walked with my boyfriend. You probably heard him yesterday. And we went out to have breakfast after. So I think that food, you know, even though I have been eating after, you know, I probably need to eat a little bit more, because yesterday I had some banana pancakes and bacon, and normally what I would have after a walk would be like, you know, toast or a fruit. But anyway, so yeah, day 4, and again, feeling proud. I'm happy I came out here. It's just me and one other person, and yeah, I look forward to tomorrow. It's very cool. You know, I just the other day it was 80 degrees over here, almost 90. And my fingertips today are a little cold. Well, anyway, I'm not going to stay on here and ramble. You know, if you came across this video, I appreciate you. And like I always say, be encouraged for the day, be inspired for the day, be you. Because can't nobody be you like you. All right, later.